to virtual class of Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai Education Department. I am Mrs. Akshata Kale and today we will learn EVS. Come on students, let us begin our lesson. It is Environmental Studies Part 1 of Standard 4th and the name of the lesson is A Look Inside the Body. This is part 1. Okay. Students, daily from morning till night, we look the outside world, isn't it? Today, let us look inside of our body and try to understand our body organs. Okay. Now, why does the chest expand when we breathe in? Do you know the answer for this? Why does the chest expand when we breathe in? Look in this picture. The boy is standing here. While breathing, his chest expands and when he breathes out, his chest contracts. Why this is so? Yes, dear students, here you can see one more picture. See, this is breathe in and breathe out process. We can see here. Breathe in means inhalation and breathe out means exhalation. See, because of this, the chest expands and the chest contracts. When we breathe in, we take air inside our nose, isn't it? The air passes through the nose and the chest expands. When we breathe out, the air moves from the nose and the chest contracts, isn't it? Okay. Now see this. The doctor puts her fingers on your wrist to feel your pulse. You too can feel your pulse. What causes this throbbing? Yes, you also can feel your pulse on the wrist, isn't it? Yes, what is the reason for that throbbing? Do you know? Yes, this is because of blood circulation and the heartbeat. Okay, this we will study later. Students, here one question is there, that is, which parts of our body do we use for the following? Here I will write some actions, that is walking, seeing, writing and hearing. Okay, you know your body parts very well, isn't it? And you do all these actions. Come on, tell me, for walking, which parts you use? Yes, you are right. You use legs, isn't it? You use legs for walking. So, our legs are our organs for walking. Remember, our legs are the organs for walking. Okay, next one is seeing. Here you can see the eyes, isn't it? We see with our eyes. So, eyes are our organs for seeing. Next one is writing. We write with our hand by using fingers, isn't it? So, hand is our organ for writing. Next one is hearing. Here we hear with our ears, isn't it? So ears are our organs for hearing. Got this, students? Means all these organs, they have their specific work. Got this? Okay. First we will understand the meaning of the organ. Yes, what is the meaning of organ? Here we can write a part of the body that is used to perform a certain function, that is called an organ. Here we saw that legs we use for walking, eyes we use to see, ears we use to hear, correct? And hands and fingers we use to write. They are the different parts of our body and they perform the certain functions, certain specific function. So these are called as organs of that action. Okay? And here we can see there are two types of organs. First one, external organs, and second one is internal organs. Got this, students? There are two types, external organs and internal organs. Okay? We will study about external organs first, then we will move to the internal organs. External organs. Okay? See this picture. Please go through the different parts of the body. Now see, this is a boy. He is standing, right? Here we can see head. Okay, head is here. Ears. Okay. Mouth. Fingers. See this. Okay. Leg. Here legs. Toes. Knee. These two knees, correct? And tongue. Here it is in the mouth. Nose. Eyes. Right? All these different parts we can see in this picture. These are called as external organs. Why these are called as external organs? Because they are organs that can be seen easily are called as external organs. See, all these organs we can see in this boy easily. See, we can see eyes, nose, ears, mouth, tongue also when we take out. Okay. Then hands, legs, toes, fingers, etc. Isn't it? The organs that can be easily seen are called as external organs. Okay. So these all parts of our body here shown are nothing but external organs. Okay, got the point? Yes. Now another type is sensory organs. Students, you have learned about sensory organs in the last year portion in 3rd standard also, isn't it? So we will go through once again sensory organs. You see this: eye, tongue, ear, skin and nose. These 5 organs are called as sensory organs because they make us aware of the situation around us, correct? So these are called as sensory organs. They make us aware about our surroundings. what is going on in our surroundings, they tell us. They tell to our brain, isn't it? So these are called as sensory organs. Students, we will go through the functions of the sensory organs. Okay? Here you can see eyes. What is the function of the eyes? To see, isn't it? Here, for example, aeroplane is flying very high in the sky. Who tells us? Our eyes, isn't it? We cannot hear the sound because it is far away from us. But our eyes tells that the aeroplane is flying high up in the sky. Next one is ears. Yes, students, what is the function of the ears? To hear. Correct? Okay. Now assume that you are walking on a road and a vehicle horns from behind. Then who tells? Which sense organ tells you that a vehicle is behind you? Yes, your ear, isn't it? It tells that vehicle is coming from behind. Nose. Yes, you can see in this picture, the function of the nose is to smell, isn't it? Yes, when you are walking through the road, then your nose tells that the dumping ground is nearby. It smells the foul, correct? Foul smell. Because of this, it tells us that there is a dumping ground nearby, isn't it? Next is tongue, right? Now, what is the function of the tongue? To taste. Yes, tongue tells us the taste of the food that we eat, isn't it? For example, a dish you ate is bitter. Who told us? Yes, our tongue told us, isn't it? Next one is skin, isn't it? Here we can see what is the function of the skin? To feel, right? Here, when you touch a hot plate, who tells that that plate is hot? Yes, your fingers, means your skin tell you that the plate is hot, isn't it? Okay, these are functions of our 5 sensory organs. Now, which sensory organ helps us to know that? Come on, here some sentences are there and some actions are there. We have to identify which sensory organ helps us to know this. Number 1, moon is in the sky. Yes, you are right. Eyes tells us. Your friend is calling you. Yes, you cannot see him, but you can hear his voice. So, your ears told you, isn't it? Third one, nail inserted in your foot while running. Yes, skin. Very good. Your skin told you that nail is inserted in your foot. Next one is gulab jam is sweet in taste. Of course, tongue. Next, neighbor is cooking biryani. Yes, here nose tells us that neighbor is cooking tasty biryani, isn't it? Okay, good. Students, you came to know about the external body organs, right? Which we can see easily. Now we will study about internal organ. There are so many internal organs in our body. Okay, we will first get the meaning of the internal organ. See, the organ that is situated inside our body and it cannot be seen from outside. Then it is called as internal organ. External organs we can see easily because they are on the external part of our body. But these organs which we cannot see from outside are called as internal organs. Okay, we will study about internal organs. See dear students, here we can see some internal organs because these organs we cannot see from outside, right? I will name these organs. Here this is, the first one is lungs. Okay. Here this is heart. This is liver. This is stomach. This is brain. These are kidneys. Okay. These are our internal organs. There are many more internal organs in our body. Here I have shown some of them. Okay. Students, we will go through one activity. Okay. Here I have taken some cookies in a glass jar. You can see here. Okay. Now I will shake the jar or I will invert the jar. I am shaking the jar. Now here inside cookies we can see, right? After shaking we can see the same jar with broken cookies. You can see in the third picture. See here, these cookies are broken because we have shaken this jar, right? Why it happened? Do you know? Yes, because of the movement. We inverted the jar, we shaken the jar, isn't it? Because of that, the cookies inside, they broke. Here, if we compare the cookies to the internal organs of our body, we do so many actions daily. We run, we jump, correct? Then our internal organs, they do not break. If we jump, if we run, if we climb, if we sit, nothing will happen to our internal body or internal organs. Why that is so? Okay, we will see. Okay, now see this. This is a biscuit pack. Now in that I put the cookies in the jar, isn't it? Here this is a biscuit pack. Okay, now I will shake this pack or I will invert this pack. I will move this pack up, down, here and there. Then also nothing will happen inside. Biscuits remains as it is. They will not break. Why this is so? In that jar, easily the cookies broke. But here the biscuits remains as it is. Yes, dear students, because there is a tray inside or something is there inside which holds the biscuits properly. Or we can say here cavity is done to keep the biscuits, so that biscuit remain in that place only. They will not move up and down or here and there. So they remain in their place and nothing will happen to these biscuits. Isn't it? Same we can see in our body also. Okay, now we will move to our body. Students, before moving to our body, okay, one more example we will go through. Here, special packing for electrical gadgets. Yes, students, electrical gadgets and the glasswares, they are very delicate, isn't it? So, perfect packing is necessary while making the delivery of these gadgets. Now, we will take an example of a refrigerator. Okay, this is a refrigerator. It is ready for the delivery. Now, see the packing. Inside this carton, the refrigerator is packed from the thermocol or any other substance which is capable of absorbing the shock or the jerks. See that it is fixed inside its place. It is not moving. It will not move also. Here we can see the packings up also and down also. Right? From all the sides, the refrigerator is packed by using these thermocol pieces. Right? So it is very easy to handle and nothing will happen to refrigerator while doing the delivery from one place to another place. Isn't it? So it remain in its own place. It will not move a little also. So these thermocol pieces, they absorb the shock and they keep the gadget safe inside its cavity. Right? Like this only in our body also, there are some fixed places are there for our internal organs. See students, this is special places for internal organs. See, this is our body. This is a lateral view. You can see here, this is called cranial cavity. Cavity means here you can see the place. Here also you can see the place. Here also, right? And here also you can see the place. Here, these are called as cavities. Cavities means special places. Okay, in our body, these cavities are fixed. Okay, this is lateral view. I will show you a front view also. See, this is a front view. Okay, now here, this is cranial cavity. See this, I will show you. This is a cranial cavity. Here, our brain is situated in our head. That is called cranial cavity. Okay, second, this is called thoracic cavity. What we call thoracic cavity. Here we can see heart, lungs, okay, in these cavities. Then this is the diaphragm, and this orange color and pink color here you can see this is the abdominal cavity. Here we can see our stomach, small intestine, large intestine. Okay. Here this is a abdominal cavity, and the next one is pelvic cavity. Okay, here in these cavities the internal organs are situated. They will remain in these cavities. They will not move anywhere here, there. They will not move. They will remain in the fixed place, that is in their cavities. Students, here we can say this is the cranial cavity, and here from our shoulder to this, okay, this is called as torso. What we call torso. In torso, there are three cavities. Which are they? Thoracic cavity, this is abdominal cavity, and this is pelvic cavity. Okay. In these cavities, our internal organs, they locate. I will show you some of them. Okay. See here, heart. Heart is situated in the thoracic cavity. So it is safe here. See these lungs. They are also situated in the thoracic cavity. See here, when we breathe in, they expand. When we breathe out, they contract. Because of that only, our chest expands when we breathe in, and when we breathe out, our chest contracts. See here, this is our stomach. This is present in abdominal cavity. Some intestines, mean the small intestine and large intestine, they are also in the abdominal cavity. Okay, got this, students? How our internal organs are situated in the specific places, and from that place only they make their function, they perform their functions. Okay. Now here again we came for our different internal organs. Come on, students, tell me in which cavities they are present. Okay, I will tell you. See, this is our brain. Brain is situated in our cranial cavity, isn't it? In our head, right? These lungs and our heart is situated in thoracic cavity, correct? Okay. Next, our stomach and liver, they are situated in abdominal cavities. And the last, kidneys, they are situated in the pelvic cavity. Urinary gland and kidneys, they situated in the pelvic cavity. Okay. Now observe this. Here you can see a man is filling the water from the tap into a drum, right? The drum is some distance away from the tap. Still, the water from the tap is flowing into the drum. Why is this so? Can you tell me? The water is coming from the tap and he is filling the drum, and water is filling the drum. Yes, because of this pipe, isn't it? This pipe is helping this man to pass the water from the tap to the drum, right? Here, see this, a boy is standing. Okay, now you have to guess what I want to tell you. See, this is the mouth. He eats food with his mouth, correct? He puts the food in his mouth. And see, where is the stomach? Here is the stomach. Here is the mouth and here is the stomach. And some distance is there from the mouth to the stomach. Then also the food he put in the mouth enters the stomach. How this is so? Come on, tell me. Okay, we will find out the answer. See, students, this is the mouth. We eat or we put the food inside our mouth, right? And here it is our stomach. See, this is our stomach. Here one duct is there. See, from the mouth up to the stomach. Can you see here? This duct is there, that is called as esophagus. What we call esophagus. Okay. This helps us to take the food from the mouth to the stomach. Got this ones? What we call this duct that is called as esophagus. Okay. Now students, we use our mouth to eat our food, right? The tongue tells us the taste of the food, right? We chew food with our teeth. As we chew it, our saliva mixes with the food. As a result, the food forms a moist ball. It is easy to swallow this soft ball, right? We can see on the screen. Okay, then this food passes through the throat into the esophagus. See this? The wall of the esophagus is flexible. This makes it possible to carry the food from the throat to the stomach easily. See here how it is moving, right? This is esophagus and the bolus is moving slowly to the stomach, right? Then next, see students, the moist ball or the bolus that came to the stomach. Here we can see some juices inside our stomach. Okay, means HCl means hydrochloric acid is there, and some different juices are there inside our stomach, and they help to break the food. See, you can see here it breaks the food into small particles, and then the small particles they move to the intestine. Okay, and inside the intestine some other juices are there which are secreted by the liver and the pancreas. They help to digest the food. You can see here, right? Some juices are there. They help the food to digest, and these finger-like structures, they absorb the digested food. Got this students? Here digestion is over in the small intestine. Then the undigested food moves to the large intestine. This is small intestine, isn't it? Here this is large intestine. See, this is called as colon. This is also called as large intestine. The undigested food, the waste product that moves to the that moves to the large intestine, and in that process when it moves, the extra minerals and the extra water is absorbed in the large intestine, and the waste product, whatever the undigested food is, expelled through the anus. Now here the journey ends. Got this students? Our digestion is over. It starts from the mouth and ends in the anus. Okay? Now this is the digestive system. See here full. This is the mouth. The food enters the mouth. It moves through the esophagus, right? And it enters the stomach. Here it breaks into small pieces. Then it enters the small intestine. This is the small intestine. Here digestion took place with the help of different juices. Then the undigested food enters the large intestine. See, this is the large intestine. Here the extra water is absorbed and the undigested waste food or the product, it is expelled through the anus. For this is called as digestive system. Students, food travels through a pipe-like pathway from the mouth to the anus. It is called alimentary canal. Got this? What it is called? Alimentary canal. It is about 9 meters long. If we take out all these organs and if we count the length, then it is equal to 9 meters. Got this? It is made up of number of internal organs. We know that this is esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine. All together it measures 9 meters long, and this is called as alimentary canal. Esophagus is also a part of the alimentary canal. Got this, students? Students, in the next lecture we will study about our heart and our circulatory system in short. Okay? Thank you very much for being a part of this lesson. Please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon to get new updated videos.